Mexico City Blues by Jack Kerouac. Note: I want to be considered a jazz poet blowing a long blues in an afternoon jam session on Sunday. I take 242 choruses. My ideas vary and sometimes roll from chorus to chorus, or from halfway through a chorus to halfway into the next. First chorus. Butte magic of ignorance. Butte magic is the same as no butte. All one light. Old rough roads. One high iron mainway. Denver's the same. The guy I was with, his uncle, was the governor of Wyoming. Of course he paid me back. 10 days, 2 weeks, stock and joint. Was an old crook anyway. The same voice on the same ship. The supreme vehicle. SS Excalibur. Maynard, Mainline, Mountain, Merudavga, Mersion of Missy. Second chorus. Man is not worried in the middle. Man in the middle is not worried. He knows his karma is not buried, but his karma unknown to him may end, which is nirvana. Wild men who kill have karmas of ill. Good men who love have karmas of dove. Snakes are poor denizens of hell, have come surreptitioning through the tall grass to face the pool of clear frogs. Third chorus. Describes fires in river bottom, sand, and the cooking. The cooking of hot dogs spitted in whittled sticks over flames of wood fire with grease dropping in smoke to brown and blacken the salty hot dogs, and the wine and the work on the railroad. $275 billion in debt, says the government. $275 billion in debt, like unending heaven and unnumbered sentient beings who will be admitted, not numberable, to the new pair of shoes of white guru fleece, or ho, the purple paradise. Fourth chorus. Roosevelt was worth $6-7 million. He was tight. Frog waits till poor fly flies by. And then they got him. The pool of clear rocks covered with vegetable scum covered the rocks, cleared the pool, covered the warm surface, covered the lotus, dusted the watermelon flower. Ariel the pad, clean, queer, the clear blue water. And then they got him. The oil of the olive, bittersweet taffies, bittersweet cabbage, cabbage soup made right. A hunk of grass, sauerkraut let work in a big barrel, stunk but good. Fifth chorus. I am not Gregory Corso, the Italian minnesinger of the Song of Corsica. Subioso Gregorio Corso, the haunted verse-maker king of Brattle Street. In streets of snow he wove the show, and worried in tunnels, and mad dog barked, King, king, mind. Allen Ginsberg called me. William Burroughs is William Lee. Samuel Johnson is Under the Sea. Rothridge Cole Porter of Peppers is Numbro Elobora. If you know what I, palabra. Sixth chorus. This thinking is stopped. Buddha's secret moonlight is the ancient virtue of laying up and thinking happy and comfortable thoughts. This, which modern society has branded loafing, is made available to people now apparently only by junk. Self depends on existence of other self, and so no solo universal self exists. No self, no other self, no innumerable selves, no universal self, and no ideas relating to existence or non-existence thereof. The greatest, who has undertaken to comfort innumerable beings, the kind one, the art of kindness master, the master of wisdom, the great ferryman, the great vehicle being. 7th chorus. He who is free from arbitrary conceptions of being or non-being, the genius of the elephant, the destroyer of elephant trainers by death, the destroyer of elephants by death, the destroyer of death, the destroyer and exterminator of death, exterminator of being and non-being, Tathagata, the essence master, the womb, the manifester, man's made essence, essences made man, the maker of light, the destroyer of light. 8th chorus. Mysterious red rivers of the north, Obe Ubang African Montanas of the Gulchi Prairie earth, lakes of light, old seas, Mississippi River, Chicago, the Great Lakes, the small rivers like Indiana, the big ones like Amazon. Joliet flew. Alma, the river of snowy love. Amida, of brightest, perfect compassion. The Tamayani Trail across the Everglades. Ay la ra la la rai la ra. Singing breaths of women of earth, receiving juicy rivers. Red earth. 9th chorus. We're all taking shortcut through Death Valley, the volcanic mountains, and the lizard ice, and the lice of sand, lasas of weed black, cock rock, filtrite, redwoods so huge they climb past by God, the giant angels in the Washington, D.C. blue sky, the heroines of Cathedral, Felahim, Mexico, commenting on the greatest cities of the world, the blue marvel of New Orleans, land of swamps. Ingers had done windows with Pinot Australia too. Per Atanti Satasa, the central essential, Indi Portugal, Kuwait. 10th chorus. The great hanging weak teat of India on the map, the fingernail of Malaya, the wall of China, the Korea Tipu thumb, the salamander Japan, and the Okinawa moon spot. The Pacific, the back of Hawaiian mountains, coconuts, Kynes, balconies, Tarzan, and D.W. Griffith, the great American director, strolling down disgruntled Hollywood Lane, to Toot, Nebraska, Indian Village, New York, Atlantis, Rome, Pelorus, and Melisandre, and swans of bulls, spots of foam on the ocean. 11th chorus. Brown wrote a book called The White and the Black, Narcotic City, Switching On, Anger Falls, Musician Stops, Brooding on Bandstand. 12th chorus. Indian Songs in Mexico, the folk shanties of children at dusk, jump rope. At Saturday night, power failure, or like the little French Canuckian songs my mother sings, Indian roundelays, rope canoe, ma takwaka, Johnny Picoti, wish tea, neguayable, tamayara paraya, Aztec squeaks. Only the mothers are happy. 13th chorus. I caught a cold from the sun when they tore my heart out at the top of the pyramid. Oh, the ruttle-tooty-blooty window poopies of Fela Ak-Ak. Town that russet noon when priests dared to lick their lips over my thumping meat heart. The sacrilegious beasts ate me 10 million times, and I came back spitting pulque in Borracho Orc, saloons of old sour Azteca. Asking for more, I popped out of Popocatépetl's hungry mouth. 14th chorus. And when they saw me, rowing my sail and canoe, across the lake of dreams in the Lotus Valley swamp, and arrested me for the size of my heart, teased, then I decided, don't come back. They'll eat your heart alive every time. But there's more blood I shed out of my pumping heart at Teotihuacan and everywhere else, including Turban Block, Lookout Orc. I got more water pissed in the ocean as a sailor of the several seas than Sallow's aphorism will allow. 15th chorus, meaning I'm just an old Calvert cross, dead of die pork. I believe in the sweetness of Jesus and Buddha. I believe in St. Francis, Avaloki, Tesvara, the saints of 1st century India AD, and scholars Santidbedan, and otherwise Santayanan, everywhere. 16th chorus, Santayana meaning holy vehicle, uno. One cross, one way, one cave inward, down to moon-shining essences of universes of stars, disseminated into powder and dust, blazing in the dynamo of our thoughts, in the forge of the moon, in the June of black bugs in your bed of hair earth. 17th chorus, star-spangled kingdoms bedecked in dewy joint. Don't ignore other parts of your mind, I think. And my clever brain sends ripples of amusement through my leg nerve halls. And I remember the zigzag, original mind of babyhood when you let the faces crack and mock and yak and change and go mad utterly in your first night, first mind reveries, talking about the mind, the endless, not invisible madness rioting everywhere. 18th chorus, the bottom of the repository, human mind, the kingdom of the mind. The kingdom has come. It's the only thing you got free, the mind. Percy Williams, the critic and author, slept in a rainbow when he discovered the perfect accommodation of universal mind in its active aspect. You'll have a period of golden age restitution of loss. I've had all I can eat, revisiting russet towns of long ago on carpets of bloody sawdust. 19th chorus, Christ had a dove on his shoulder. My brother Gerard had 2 doves and 2 lambs pulling his milky chariot, immersed in fragrant old spittoon water. He was baptized by Iron Priest St. Jacques de Fournier in Lowell, Massachusetts, in the gray rain year 1919, when Chaplin had spats and Dempsey drank no whiskey by the track. My mother saw him in heaven, riding away, prophesying everything will be all right, which I have learned now by trial and conviction in the court of awful glots. 20th chorus, the art of kindness, a limping sonnet. How the art of kindness doth excite the reshore and the intervening tear. What horizons have they fled? What old times blearest dream? But at a pressure of the 2 team, finding nothing to survey the bloated corpse, grabbed the whole she-bo-be-bang and rounded them a team. Beam, bleam, so no one cared except the high financier. But wine was never made that sorely tongues gave grace and aid, because I can't write a sonnet. Does that make me Shakespeare? There's a sonnet of the lotus, a rubicund rose. Death in a rose is prouder than satin emerald isles blessed in the archipelagian shore. Fairies arrived.